lights. Luo Feng senses the snake-like shadow, but when he opens his eyes, there is nothing out of the ordinary in his cell. Later, he goes to the mess hall and spots Cobra, whose aura manifests above him in the form of a shadowy snake. A group of thugs begins to threaten Luo Feng, but he stands up and declares that he'll take them all at once, and adds that this includes Cobra, who has not moved from his seat. Cobra remains still as Luo Feng effortlessly defeats the thugs. Then, Cobra shocks Luo Feng with his speed, and for the first time in the series, Luo Feng finds himself at a disadvantage in a fight. Cobra toys with him, launching what he believes will be a finishing blow with 2 thrown blades. But Luo Feng activates his 5 acupoints skyward technique, moving the blades around him. Luo Feng screams in pain as energy crackles through his cells, and the guards break up the fight, taking him to the infirmary. We then cut to the head of the prison reviewing Zhang Haobai's mansion security footage, thanking Su Xian for getting it to him before Zhang Haobai's head of security could delete it. Luo Feng wakes up in the infirmary with enhanced senses and telekinesis. He practices the genetic energy techniques further and realizes that his headaches and fainting have been caused by his inability to handle the immense energy he has been channeling. The head of the prison tells Luo Feng that he is free to go, and that the inmates who attacked him were hired by Zhao. Meanwhile, Zhang Haobai berates Zhao for his failure, but Zhao warns him that if the Security Bureau investigates, they will discover Zhang Haobai is to blame for everything. He advises Zhang Haobai to speak to his uncle, the warrior. Zhang Haobai's uncle is furious, grounds him, and promises to deal with the matter himself, dismissing Luo Feng as weak and merely a warrior to be. Su Xian meets up with Luo Feng, and he thanks her for testifying on his behalf. She tells him that she has always believed in him, and that she knows he has always wanted to help the world. She promises to support him in any way she can. We then see footage of Luo Feng training with Instructor Zhang. Instructor Zhang informs him that he has greatly improved after a month of training and is ready for the real test tomorrow. Luo Feng marvels at Instructor Zhang's speed, but Zhang explains that it is not about speed, it is about micro-level body movement. By reading the small movements of an opponent, one can predict their actions and dodge with minimal effort. He explains that this is the second level of movement, and most senior-level warriors have mastered it. Instructor Zhang also outlines the hierarchy of warriors, soldiers, senior warriors, and the rare gods of war. Each of these levels is further subdivided into 3 ranks: primary, intermediate, and advanced. Soldiers can generally be defeated by hot weapons, but senior warriors are faster than any guns. Gods of war, however, are faster than lightning itself. Instructor Zhang explains that gods of war are able to smash buildings. Luo Feng asks if there is a level beyond that, and Instructor Zhang looks pleased with the question. He says that warriors of that caliber can destroy the universe itself, and that there are only 2 or 3 such figures in the entire country. Instructor Zhang is then called to bring Luo Feng to meet with Director Zhuge. As they exit the room, we see the shield Instructor Zhang had been using to block Luo Feng's attacks begin to crack. Director Zhuge, the head of the Advanced Martial Club, offers Luo Feng a position before he even takes the test. It is the largest offer ever given by the Martial Club. Luo Feng asks about Director Zhuge, and Instructor Zhang explains that he is an advanced senior warrior. Luo Feng picks up his family and brings them to the villa provided by the club. They are overjoyed to finally have the life they deserve. Zhu arrives at the villa to speak with Luo Feng, apologizing for everything and explaining the situation with Zhang Haobai and his warrior uncle. Luo Feng says he will deal with Zhang Haobai later, but first he must pass the warrior field test so that he can keep the contract he signed with the Advanced Martial Club. As the warriors to be prepare to begin the test, a candidate named Wen Dong announces that he also received an advanced contract with the Thunder and Lightning Martial Club. He challenges Luo Feng to see who can perform better in the field test, but Luo Feng refuses. Meanwhile, Zhang Haobai's uncle uses his credentials to gain access to the restricted area where the test is being held. The warriors-to-be are informed that for this test, they will be cutting off the ears of monsters for research on a vaccine, and that they will be graded on the number of ears they collect from different monsters. As the test begins, Zhang Haobai's uncle secretly places an egg in the testing area, which begins to hatch. Luo Feng squares off against a monster, using what he learned about micro-body movements to defeat it. He then sees a monster pulled over the edge of a building, and when he investigates, he discovers a golden eagle. Back at the facility monitoring the test, officials note that the monster is not supposed to be there and is too high level. Before they can terminate the test, Director Zhuge stops them, explaining that the golden eagle is a newborn and not truly as powerful as a full-grown one. Luo Feng engages the golden eagle in battle. At first, he wonders if it is invincible, but then remembers the adult golden eagle that had been defeated by a warrior in the first episode. He throws his sword in what seems like a devastating attack but misses. Refusing to give up, he traps the eagle under rubble before decapitating it. Back at the observation facility, one of the warriors remarks that Luo Feng was lucky to avoid the eagle's attacks. Director Zhuge corrects them, explaining that Luo Feng did not truly miss with his first strike. He used it to alter the eagle's flight path, planning each move that led to its death. The test results are announced. Luo Feng comes in second behind Wan Dong, but he doesn't care, as it is still enough to pass. We then see Luo Feng enter a place called the House of the Extreme, where he can find information on warriors. An attractive robot woman greets him as his personal guide, explaining that here he can access information, buy weapons, guidance, special books, outfits, medications, vehicles, and more. Luo Feng asks her for information on spirit masters. She explains that there are two types, those who can use telekinesis, and those who can attack the spirit of an opponent. Spirit masters learn faster than average warriors, placing them about 2 grades above others of the same rank. Luo Feng remarks that this makes him the equivalent of an advanced senior warrior. He asks to be shown special books on advanced attacks and is stunned by how expensive they are. She reassures him, saying he can purchase the books in stages rather than all at once. She then shows him one created by Hong, the most powerful warrior in the world, is said to be capable of single-handedly destroying an entire nation if he wished. Luo Feng then asks to see a book on the Thunder Saber, written by the second most powerful man in the world, and purchases the first 3 stages of it. After the purchase, he realizes he forgot to buy weapons and now cannot afford them. A senior advanced warrior from the club arrives at his door, bringing the books Luo Feng ordered. He explains that such valuable information must be delivered by a warrior and warns Luo Feng that the books are for him alone to study. If he shares the information, he will be hunted down by all warriors and nations. The warrior also informs Luo Feng that the prison incident was investigated and Zhang Haobai was indeed the culprit. Attempting to assassinate a warrior-to-be could result in a sentence of 20 to 30 years in prison, or even execution. Zhang Haobai's uncle, the head of the Thunder and Lightning Martial Club, wants to settle out of court. Zhang Haobai's uncle arrives with 2 members of his club to intimidate Luo Feng, but the senior members of Luo Feng's martial club, including instructor Zhang, stand firm. They tell Zhang Haobai's uncle that he will not intimidate a member of their team, because their team is a family, and they will not allow him to lowball or harm Luo Feng in negotiations. In the end, Luo Feng refuses to settle. He says he could forgive something done to him, but by involving his innocent and hard-working family members, Zhang Haobai has committed something unforgivable. He vows to ensure justice is served. Luo Feng thanks the senior warriors for their support, and they inform him that Director Zhuge wanted him placed on an advanced team. Thus, they are not only in his club but also on his team. The man who delivered his books, Shen Gu, is revealed to be the leader of his team, the Fire Hammer team. Shen Gu buys Luo Feng the weapons and outfit he needs, telling him he can pay him back later. He warns Luo Feng that if he performs poorly and slows down the team during dangerous missions, he will be kicked off. Luo Feng is informed that he will be going on his first mission with the Fire Hammer team. He is introduced to Captain Gao Feng, and as they shake hands, Luo Feng marvels at the captain's incredible strength and control. He is then introduced to his teammates, Wei Tai, Shan Ku, and Wei Kim. They are briefed on their mission, to rescue volunteers from a company that had been collecting DNA samples from monsters, who have gone missing. They have only 1 hour to find the team before their last tracking watch's battery dies, rendering their signal untraceable. We then cut to the team of volunteers, where monsters are closing in on one of them. The beeping of the tracking watch draws the monsters to its wearer, Su Xian. She abandons the watch so her team can escape. Meanwhile, the Fire Hammer team is attacked by monsters, and a one-horned boar separates Luo Feng from the group. As they watch him fight, Captain Gao Feng notes that Luo Feng is using the Thunder Saber's first technique, though he is not yet skilled with it. Still, Luo Feng defeats the monster, earning his first real victory against a level F monster. The team discovers an ultrasonic device that humans cannot hear, designed to attract monsters to the area. 2 men, the ones who planted the device, are shown crushing the communication watch. As the Fire Hammer team continues their mission, they pass Zhang Haobai's uncle. His squad is revealed to be the ones who planted the sonic device and destroyed the communication watch. As they walk, one of the Huya squad members activates the sonic devices, drawing every monster in the area to attack the Fire Hammer team. As the team runs, Su Xian hides inside an abandoned building while monsters try to break in. One of the Huya squad members shoots the lock off the door, allowing the monsters to finish Su Xian, leaving no witnesses to their crimes. Su Xian uses fire to escape the monsters, only to encounter an even larger one. Luo Feng saves her, and together with the Fire Hammer team, they are pursued by a pack of monsters. They find another building to take refuge in,